most cost-effective way to polish your paint and lay down an amazing ceramic coating.
I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. Now today, we're gonna be polishing this car. If you look at this video right about here, we prepped it for this ceramic coating, meaning we clayed it, we washed it, we used iron remover and water spot remover because this car has water spots.
Now we are going to talk about the water spots and if they were taken care of in the previous step.
Right.
But I also want to address the elephant in the room, which is that Ivan has a $400 polisher in his hand, which doesn't seem to fit the whole least amount of money for the best results possible.
Right. I'll be back in a second. Keep talking.
What we're going to do here is show you the best DIY way to polish this paint, something that I could teach my dad, something that I could teach you without you ever having done this before, and that has nothing to do with a expensive polisher.
No, so this is a random orbital sander. You probably have one in your basement or garage somewhere hanging out that you used one time to sand a piece of furniture. This, combined with our wool pad, will do a great job on this hard paint. Now if you have soft paint, you might want the foam pad, but we want the most amount of cut we can get while still getting great gloss. This is the combination. And we have a pad washing bucket here. That's an investment as well. And if you're only polishing your car or a car once a year, you may not need that. We have a bucket with rinseless wash. And we want to always keep our pad clean, damp, and cool.
Slightly damp.
Slightly damp, not wet.
Sopping wet.
Right. And the easy way of doing that is using our rinseless wash and actually our interior cleaning towel. So this towel has a bit of a abrasive surface to it. We're actually going to run the machine against the towel. That's going to take all the polish residue off, and then put the machine in the bucket. Don't touch the water. Remember, electricity and water do not mix well. And spin the excess moisture out. Then from there, we take our gold standard polish while it's still turning and spray it on. Now we have a nice even coat of the gold standard polish and we're ready to polish.
For any polisher you use, if you hear one thing, use one spray of polish. This polish bottle will last you forever. I see everybody online, even experienced detailers, spraying out 4 droplets.
Yeah.
One firm spray on a moving pad, that's it.
Yeah, not only are we trying to save you money, we are trying to make the experience a lot better for you. And putting too much polish on the surface just negates everything the polish and the pad are supposed to be doing together. We designed this system for the polishes, or for the polish and the pads to work together. So here we go. Now on this hood, you can still see the water spots on the surface. And we've taken the minerals away from the water spot, but the scarring is still there. And that's what we're going to be removing using the gold standard polish and the wool pad. No pressure on the machine. This is a smaller orbit machine, so we need to do a few more passes. But if you're doing this at home for a hobby, it doesn't matter if you're spending half hour more doing your car. The other thing is, this is a brand new pad. We have a bit of linting. That's gonna go away after about 1 panel or 2. So no need to worry about that. So there we have it.
And for maximum efficiency, I brought this up that I could polish too, and you said, based on how quickly you polish, it's actually better for the other person to follow behind, quality control check. You polish, I wipe, bada bing, bada boom.
So now we're ready to wipe off. Nick has a damp towel followed by a dry towel. The towel is dampened in rinseless wash, and the other one is dry. making it a lot easier to wipe off, a lot less effort, and Nick's not having to put any pressure on it.
Woo, that looks good.
So now we have a nice shiny surface, and if we bring the light back, do we get rid of those water spots?
So here we go, we've removed the scars from the water spots. And if we go to where I didn't polish, look at all those water spot scars. Now we have clean shiny paint. So this is ready to coat.
Unfortunately, we lost a bit of footage because the battery died on the camera. That being said, we polished it, we paint prepped it, and we're ready to apply the coating.
We're gonna shake it up right now.
We're gonna shake it up, because
The bottle of coating, that is.
yeah, we're gonna be applying the 3-year graphene ceramic coating. Now we need to shake it up to get that graphene dispersed in the mixture. It sort of goes out of suspension after a little while, and Nick is gonna start applying it. Now, when you apply it, we like to box in the panel, then go in a circular motion. That way you're sure to get everywhere. If you're going back and forth motions, you risk having high spots, and we don't want high spots.
So I've just boxed the area.
Yeah.
And I've created an area in which I can almost like color in. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just draw your outline and then color in the surface. Again, got small kid, that's the way I think of things. Coloring books.
Yeah, and no need to apply pressure to the applicator. You're just gliding it over the surface. As long as you're laying down coating, you're doing fine. And then the coating will start to do its magic. And we've got a long open time, meaning that we have at least 5 minutes before we have to start wiping it off.
Which is such a beautiful thing.
Right, and we're actually not wiping it off. We're actually leveling the coating. So when you do it right, your coating towels or your leveling towels will not get wet. They're just gonna level the remainder of the coating that might be on the surface, and off you go. Meanwhile,
and you can totally see the circles here. So
yeah,
it's very easy to tell where I've been.
Yep.
And the confidence knowing that I have 5 minutes to come back and level this gives me just this sense of like, I'm getting something done, I'm accomplishing something. It's a very rewarding install because it's very simple.
It's very simple.
And peaceful, you know, it's not stressful.
No, it's easy, which is the biggest part of it. Now, you may have put a little too much on here. We actually have runs in the coating. So when you have runs in your coating, you might have a little too much on the surface. So just go over it with the applicator to level that off, because that's going to be a massive high spot if we leave.
So yeah, if you see a run and you did too much because
Yeah.
you're on camera and you're trying to look like you've got it all under control.
Yeah, like here.
Well, you know, I wanted to make sure we got her all coated. Okay, so the hood is done.
The hood is done. And I'm going to do a test spot here. So we can actually wait a minute or two more, because what happens if you're wiping off too soon, it will feel grabby, and you want it to feel slick. And when you feel it as slick, then you know it's the timing. Now, we say 5 minutes. There's a bit of variation built into that. And the reason there's variation built in is humidity. The higher the humidity and the higher the temperature, the faster the coating is going to cross-link to the surface, and you're going to need to wipe it or level it sooner. So do a test spot. After 5 minutes, give an area a wipe. If it's good, great. If it's not, let it sit just a little longer. And there we go. That little minute extra has done the trick. It's super easy to level. And I like to use 2 towels, a very low nap towel for the initial leveling, and then just to give it that high shine and make sure I haven't missed anything, I use another towel.
I also love this method because you don't have to guess, like, did I do that section of that panel already? Right? You just, it's good to know those things, but it's nice to not have to think about it.
Right, because some coatings, you literally have to work in like a 1 square foot area, put it on and immediately wipe it, and it gets stressful. This is a very low stress, easy application.
And I mean, you'll be able to feel where you've coated and not coated, but visibly, it's just nice to know where you've been. I love the applicator too, this hand applicator.
Yeah.
Because you can get under the door handles very easily.
Well, and the other thing that applicator does is you don't have to hold onto it, it's holding onto you. But if you want to put 2 layers of this on, you can. Give it 2 hours between the 2 layers, and off you go. You don't want to give it more than 8 hours though, because if you give it too long, it's not going to bond to itself.
What's your favorite of our coatings, Ivan? I love the graphene for its slickness, our 3-year, but I love our 8-year slickness as well. I think I love them all. You know, the gloss on the 5-year is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, the gloss on all of them is great. The 5-year just has a little extra gloss. And then the 3-year with the graphene has that additional slickness that we all like with graphene. So they each have their place. And of course, well, the 8-year combines all of that into a super slick, durable coating.
Which one would you be selling if you were running a detailing shop?
The 8-year.
How would you market it?
As a very durable, glossy, slick coating that actually does protect. Now on glass, you actually want to take it off just a little sooner.
I mean, even if it's grabby, if someone grabs it sooner than the 5 minutes, is that going to be detrimental to the lifespan of the coating?
No, the coating is on the surface, but it just makes your job harder.
So these are designed to literally be easier, to give you time before needing to wipe them off.
Right. If you're a business owner, that means if your phone rings, answer it. You've got the time.
That drives you crazy, doesn't it, when business owners don't answer their phone?
Yes, it does. When you're leveling the coating, the other thing you want to do is make sure to overlap. Meaning that, and when you're applying it as well. If you're applying to the front door, overlap onto the front fender and the back door a little bit. And just keep doing that.
It's redundancy, so you don't miss a spot.
Right, because most places that high spots occur are along seams, because people are trying to wipe up to the edge of the seam but not go to the other panel. Go over to the other panel, it's worth it.
Because the high spots are so easy to wipe off with our coating, it's a win-win.
Exactly.
When I first saw this Volkswagen, I was not impressed. Like, full honesty, I thought, this is a pretty boring sedan. I mean, I have a similar looking sedan at home, and it's kind of boring, right? But now that we just did that little polish and our 3-year graphene, like, this looks amazing.
Right, it makes it pop, it makes it come back to life. It was looking dull and gray with those water spots and all sorts of things going on, but now we're back to pristine paint. It looks amazing. It's glossy. It's also very slick. So it's got a nice self-cleaning ability, which the owner will find out as time goes on, but just gives it a nice look. Your car looks better. And when your car looks better, you feel better about it. You feel better about yourself. Nick, it's not even his car and he's feeling better about it.
I'm just looking at it. There's a pride to working with your hands and accomplishing something. There's also a little bit of savvy in my head thinking, for the least amount of money, I got the most bang for my buck, right?
Exactly.
Right, which is the theme of this video. So if you guys like ceramic coating videos, guess what? Our DIY detail ceramic coatings have been released. We have a 3, 5, and an 8-year, plus a metal coating. If you want to know more, there's a playlist right here.